What's up, guys? Professor EDC with another BLADE-OSOPHY video on this Sunday night. Continuing with, well, first of all, hope everybody is doing all right. It's a privilege, and I enjoy doing these videos a lot and being in contact with all of you guys. Today, continuing with the Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi, the swordsman from Japan from the 15th or 16th century. And I'm just taking some phrases and applying them to our blades and our lives. That is right now what we are going through. And well, here we go. Please allow me to translate, because it is in Spanish, my version, and I will translate the phrase of the day, and from there we'll take it. Okay, here we go. When we understand the advantages of the use of our tools or weapons, we will discover that whichever tool or whichever weapon, there exists a moment and a situation in which this tool is appropriate. And we talk about, in the community, we talk about this, a lot about this, the use of our tool, the use of a blade. And if it's true that we are like in a search for a holy grail, for an Excalibur, a blade that can do all. And I think there are many wonderful blades that can win that title. Here I have some. I would include the Rat as well, Ontario Rat 1, one of my favorites, and I think the GOAT of budget knives of all time. But continuing with the use, what are we going to use our blades for? If they all cut, and they all cut well, but it's like trying to eat soup with a knife. Can you do it? Yeah, possibly, with a lot of difficulties, but it can be done. Is it the appropriate tool for that? No, it's not. And so, in this search for this grail, we come across many knives, many wonderful knives that just one of these would be enough for very possibly a lifetime, and we would need really nothing else. But let's analyze that. We also have to think about geometries and heat treatments. We know that. Ergonomics is another thing. And all of these characteristics you already know. But what we have to think about is how is this similar in our lives? How does this apply to our lives? Because a knife is a tool. And as we grow older, we develop internal tools, that is, abilities. certain abilities that help us through our lives. And sometimes it is appropriate to use certain tools, certain abilities, and sometimes it's not. So what Musashi tells us here is to know ourselves, the Delphos, what was it called? I forgot right now. Anyways, like this phrase of know thyself, Musashi was a great warrior and followed a great path because he was not only a great swordsman, but he was an awesome strategist, a very meticulous strategist, and also analyzed his enemy and the character of his enemy, as well as the surroundings. So he was not only, good with the sword, but he was good in many aspects, and he analyzed himself, his capabilities, and those of his enemies. And that's why he never lost a battle, and why he became the best swordsman from Japan. And not only that, but also established a spiritual path through the sword, which is, if you think about it, it's just amazing. And he tells us that there is a tool, an appropriate tool for an appropriate time and situation. And that is one of the things that we must think about, and that we do. We do this with our tools, right? This is more of a camp knife that will take on harder tasks than, let's say, the Spidey Chef. And though it's a fantastic knife, the 940, the Osborne 940, the Recon One is a tougher knife, but the serrations on the 940 here are going to do things that this Recon One can't do, and the Zabenza 31, it's going to excel at slicing, not just cutting, but slicing. And as well as the Kaiser Kesmek, which is a fantastic ergonomic and tough knife. At the same time, we have these tools. If we think about it, they are like reflections of what we have or we may have inside. As we may also have a traditional tool, a wonderful traditional tool. And all of these tools, I think, and I have found, they click with something inside, and for a reason. The thing is, each one of us is our duty to find out those reasons in order to grow, evolve, mature, improve, and just as our knives have evolved into these wonderful, wonderful tools, aren't they? So our internal tools can evolve into a wonderful Sabenza or an awesome XM18 or any one of these or many other beautiful and wonderful tools that we've created. So internally, it is our job to give maintenance and to know thy tool, to know thyself, and to use it appropriately. And of course, there are those tools that are more versatile or universal, maybe, that in a case of emergency, well, we're going to use it as a pry tool or give it a different use than it was meant for. But hopefully it'll hang on, it'll stand the test we throw at it. And that's also the case with our tools, and especially during these really harsh times in the world, in talking about unemployment, sickness, just so many things that keep us I don't on the edge or in the edge. I think it's on the edge, right? That just keep us on the edge and just well, there you have it. I think it just leaves me thinking, looking at the marvelous shapes and just thinking, which tool should I use for this moment, externally and internally? And so tell me, guys, do you think about your tools in this way? Have you found those internal tools and made that comparison with the external tools? Please comment and let me know. That's it for today. Hope you enjoy it. I'll see you next Sunday. And everybody be well and take care. Professor EDC out.